it's Sonia. It is Sunday, and this is when I like to put a new video here on this channel, The Brush Life. So hopefully you're joining me over here. I would love it if you would take a moment to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, leave me a comment below if you are one of the regular Sunday watchers. That would mean a lot to me. So here on this channel, I show the behind the scenes makings of art pieces that I've been working on. Yes, I love to paint furniture, and I also love to get creative on smaller pieces as well. Sometimes when you paint, you don't always want it to turn into a big, quite literal big project, because sometimes you just want to sit around the table. Maybe it's late at night. You don't really want to crawl all over a piece of furniture, but sometimes you just want to sit down and you still want to be creative, but in your own way. So there's a piece that I was working on this week I'm going to share with you guys today. You guys see behind the scenes here on this channel, the new prints that I'm coming out with, the artworks that I'm working on. And I did one this week that involved an owl. Who else loves owls out there? I think they're magnificent creatures. I love them. I haven't met an owl that I did not love. So I did one this week, and the theme of it was, you'll see here in this video, it was be who, as in H-O-O, as in hoot, who, be who you are. And I just did a really colorful owl, and yeah, so my goal is to turn it into prints this week, along with a couple other little creatures like the llama and a few other things that I've been working on, with some new prints that I have upcoming, that's the word. So I hope that it inspires you as well to get creative and to get creative in your very own way. You'll notice that a lot of my pieces have motivational, positive sayings on them, and that is because I'm a big believer in, fueling your mind with positivity. There's a lot of things that can get us down, but I like to have positive reminders, and I do fully believe that there is beauty everywhere and that there's always something to be thankful for. So yeah, you're definitely going to see a lot of just a lot of messages with the work that I put out. So be who you are. I think that's a really important one, and I think that as my journey as an artist, that's one of the best things that you can do for yourself, is to be who you are and not try to be like someone else. Because how do you stand out? By being who you, because nobody else is like you. Be who you are. Every morning I get up, I look forward to having a cup of coffee, and I usually do a little reading every single day in our library. And if I were to be completely honest, the biggest project that I could say that I work on is myself. I'm not referring to all the things that you guys see me flip and to give new life to, but I'm talking about my biggest project is myself, meaning I love to work on myself. I love to read books that help me think outside the box, that help me just help process and think about things and understand us as humans a little bit more, why we do what we do, why we think what we do. I am a lover of self-improvement books. Anybody else out there? I will read anybody's story where they share maybe glimpses into their life and what helped them move forward, and just epiphanies that they have had. So this morning I was reading a book, and there was one part of it that really aligns with this whole theme this week of be who you are. I'm going to read it to you guys. So the section in this book was under a header called Focus on Who You Are. Everyone has a gift to give to the world. You've probably heard the saying out there before that, yeah, everybody has a gift, and pure joy and satisfaction, I can attest to this, comes to when you tap into that gift and then you begin to share it with the world. There is just a beautiful thing that happens because you light up inside, and when you have a gift, your own special gift, and you share it with other people out there, you find that there are other like-minded people, and just a beautiful thing happens as you find all these people who also are just on the very same on the same plane as you, right? They get who you are. So one of the things that I was reading in this chapter was talking about, asking yourself the following questions. If you're an artist and you're trying to find your way, these are some questions that you can ask yourself to just really dig deeper. And I've heard different takes on these questions before, so I don't think they're nothing new, but I do think that it's a good reminder. And I think that's probably why I really enjoy reading books that, self-help books, motivational books, that sort of thing, whether it's, helping with just good thoughts on building your business, moving forward, becoming who you want to be, living a fulfilling life, that sort of thing. That it sometimes it's not that you don't already know it, but you read it in print and you read it, and it's just a good reminder. So I read first thing in the morning because I feel like it sets my day off on a good point, and it makes me think about things. It makes me strive to work on goals for the end result of, just living a happy, beautiful life. So the couple questions that really stood out to me, which is what makes you happy. And we've said on this channel before about, creating art that makes you happy, not trying to be like somebody else, rather just putting yourself out there, your happiness out there. When you are creative, it literally flows through your body. I mean, you're creating it. It comes through your fingertips, and you're putting it on whatever surface that you're working on. So sometimes what you're working on can be a reflection of yourself. So if you're having a bad day out there and you're doing some painting, sometimes you get your painting to a point where you're not really happy with it, but it might just be, if you leave it, you come back the following day, you're in a better mindset, and all of a sudden it can take on a whole new look, right? But I think getting creative, even when you're having a bad day, is good because it helps you process, it helps you think through things. And yeah, it might help your painting get through a stage where you're really not happy with it, but then you come back to it, tomorrow, weeks later. I've had paintings that, I've come back to years later and completely changed them up because, yeah, you've grown and your painting can grow as well. So always do what makes you happy. But these were the two questions that really stood out to me. If I had 5 years to live, what would I do? And I thought, wow, like that is so good. And nothing's promised to anybody, but if you were to think about what you want, if you only had 5 years to live, it probably would help you prioritize a little bit more when you put yourself into that mindset, right? If you had 5 years, what were the things that you would focus on? What would be the things that you would create? What would you put out into this world? What would you surround yourself with? What would you want to be having your fingers into? And the other question was, if I had 1 year to live and knew, this is the part, and knew that whatever I chose to do was guaranteed to succeed, what would I do? Because a lot of times we think about all the things that we want to do. And also, if you were to think that you only had a certain span of time to do it, what would you focus on? But what if you knew that whatever you chose to do was guaranteed to succeed, right? You probably, get over the mindset of worrying about would it fail, and you would just do it anyhow. So if you were to think right now, I just think it's a wonderful exercise to do. If you were to think right now that you could be doing whatever you're meant to do, and you would be able to fully go into it and not fail and not worry about what other people think, what would that thing be for you? What would your art look like? What area of art would you get into? What style would you get into? What would you spend your time doing if you could not fail and you would put it out there? And so I think if you can get your mind around that, you'll probably start putting things out there with that thought in mind. Because yeah, this ain't no dress rehearsal, right? Your life is happening now. So do the art that you have always dreamed of, that is inside of you. Take the time to learn it, to get better at it, and put it out there, whatever you have inside, in your own special way. Thank you, friends, for hanging out with me today. I hope this chat and this paint session inspired you to pick up a paintbrush and do what you love, be who you are, and show the world. I will see you guys again very, very soon, next Sunday for sure. Take care.